For 7 years, I have been married to a wonderful man, but those 7 years came with a shadow. His sister.
After we announced my pregnancy, my sister-in-law's plan to humiliate me at my husband's party backfired, landing her in jail. For the last 7 years, I, a 29-year-old woman, have been married to Harry. Except for his relationship with his sister, Kayla, who brings nothing but negativity into our lives, I've loved everything about our marriage. Now, don't get me wrong. When I first met Kayla, I truly liked her. I even thought of her as the sister I'd never had. But that changed fast. She's poisonous, manipulative, and utterly draining. Knowing who she is, I've spent years walking on eggshells, trying desperately to stay on her good side, even when it cost me. When Harry was 17, he dated Kayla's best friend. They broke up because he felt pressured, not by love, but by Kayla's relentless matchmaking. Years later, at 23 and single again, she tried setting him up with another friend. He refused. She cried to their parents, whining that she wanted her brother to marry someone she could feel comfortable with. His parents ignored her. In fact, while Harry and I were falling in love, they were nothing but supportive. But Kayla? She treated me like an intruder from day one. She'd constantly bring up Harry's exes in front of me for no reason. "Remember how well Jessica's doing? You should reach out to her," she'd say, eyes gleaming. Even Harry found it bizarre. "Stop bringing up my past," he'd snap. Then she'd flash me a smirk. "What's wrong? Feeling jealous? Harry shouldn't be with someone so insecure." This wasn't a one-off. It kept happening. Others noticed too. Kayla made a habit of inviting Harry's exes to family dinners. "Oh, I just ran into Sarah today. I had to invite her." She doesn't follow me on Instagram, but she's always the first to view my stories. Watching. Always watching. If a man commented on my photos, she'd sprint to Harry. "Look at her posting indecent pictures." Harry and I usually laughed it off. But things turned darker after we moved in together. Everything escalated when Harry and I got engaged. The room erupted in cheers, but Kayla sat frozen. Then, without warning, she stormed out. Later, she called Harry, sobbing that she should have been the first to know. She messaged me, "Treat my brother right. I've been the only woman in his life." My hands trembled as I left it on seen. No response. After that, she ignored me completely, yet inserted herself into every wedding detail. During dress shopping, she scoffed at my choices. At the bridal shower, she rolled her eyes through every toast. My mother-in-law and fiancé repeatedly called her out, but Kayla's criticism only grew louder. The breaking point came when she mocked my centerpiece ideas. "No class. This is why he should have married better." I snapped. "You're uninvited. I'm done with your taunts." Kayla gasped like I'd slapped her. Even my mother-in-law backed me. She whined to Harry, "Control your future wife." But he stood firm. "We support her choice. Don't come if you can't behave." Kayla grudgingly texted a half-hearted apology. I left it on red again. She showed up anyway, in a black floor-length gown and veil, like a funeral. Guests whispered as she mourned losing her brother to anyone who'd listen. Harry confronted her. "Wear what you want, but stop this act." When she kept playing victim, my in-laws finally ejected her. The humiliation should have ended there, but Kayla wasn't finished. After our son Nate was born, we barred her from visiting. But when she miscarried 2 years later, we relented. She seemed broken. To our shock, she doted on Nate. For a while, we almost believed she'd changed. Then the old patterns returned. Blaming ex-friends, managers, the world, never herself. When she married Jamie this year, we weren't invited. Her excuse? "I wore black to your wedding. You'll sabotage mine." Harry and his parents retaliated by withdrawing financial support. Kayla exploded. "This is her fault." But Jamie shocked us. He called her out on her admission of guilt. She later apologized, all sweetness. I forgave her, desperate to move on. At her wedding, we smiled through the awkwardness. Nobody could have predicted what came next. 6 months later, a disheveled Kayla appeared at our door. Her marriage was failing, she claimed. We let her stay. Big mistake. She fixated on my routines. Why gym clothes? Why shower there? Then, during lunch, she dropped the bomb. Did you two sign a prenup? The table froze. Before we could react, she sneered, "She's obviously cheating, carrying extra clothes everywhere." Then the unthinkable. Does Nate even look like Harry? My husband's face turned red. In 10 years, I'd never seen him like this. You don't deserve to be a mother. Any child of yours would be better off dead than with you. Kayla's mouth hung open. Jamie didn't defend her. As she fled sobbing, the truth was clear. This war would only end in ashes. 2 months ago, we discovered I was unexpectedly pregnant. For Harry's birthday, my in-laws threw a lavish garden party to share our happy news. Everyone celebrated, except Kayla, who arrived uninvited. She approached Harry first. "I've missed you. I'm so sorry." Then to me, with theatrical sincerity, "I've been in therapy. I see now how terribly I treated you." I nodded politely, though every instinct screamed danger. During Harry's speech, Kayla's smile never reached her eyes. When we announced the pregnancy, guests cheered, but she turned away, jaw clenched. I braced for another scene. As I sat resting, per doctor's orders, Kayla suddenly appeared with a plate. "Let me make it up to you." Her grin was too wide. I lifted the fork, then froze. Shrimp. Deadly to my allergies. Jamie intercepted. "I'll take that." He ate heartily while I fetched a safe meal. 5 minutes later, he collapsed, gagging. The room erupted. Kayla screamed at me. "You gave him that plate." At the hospital, doctors confirmed poison. Rat poison. Meant for me. My hands shook, imagining our baby's fate. Harry and I exchanged a silent, terrible realization. His sister had tried to kill us. My pragmatic mother-in-law demanded security footage. The video was undeniable. Kayla handing me the tainted dish, watching as I nearly ate it. Even faced with proof, she wailed, "This is your fault!" Charges were filed. Attempted murder, food tampering. Her Kayla's pregnancy plea, "Think of my baby," fell on deaf ears. Jamie divorced her immediately. Now, 8 months later, Kayla sits in prison. We've welcomed a healthy daughter, though I still check every meal twice. Jamie remains part of our family. As for Kayla, some wounds never fully heal. At her trial, she confessed, jealous I stole her spotlight at Harry's party. She'd mixed just enough poison to hospitalize me, never guessing her own husband would pay the price. The judge called it for what it was. Premeditated malice. At Kayla's sentencing, the judge reviewed the security footage frame by frame, her hands slipping poison into my meal, the triumphant glint in her eyes as she offered me the plate. On the stand, she finally broke. "I just wanted her to lose the baby like I did. Just some pain, not death." The gallery gasped. Even the bailiff looked sick. The sentence, 12 years. As they led her away, she locked eyes with me one last time. No remorse, only fury that her plan failed. Harry squeezed my hand so hard it bruised. Post-trial, I developed crippling food anxiety. My therapist calls it justified hypervigilance. For months, I only ate prepackaged meals or what Harry tasted first. Our daughter's birth helped. When the nurse placed her in my arms, whole, healthy, pink, I sobbed for an hour. Harry whispered, "She's safe. We're all safe now." Jamie visits weekly. He brings Nate dinosaur books and tells us prison updates matter-of-factly. Kayla's appeal was denied. Good. We told Nate a simplified truth last month. Aunt Kayla did very bad things and has to stay away. He nodded solemnly, then asked for ice cream. Childhood resilience we envy. Some nights, I still jerk awake imagining shrimp-laced nightmares. Harry sleepily pulls me close, murmuring, "I'm here. Check the locks if you need to." This morning, I caught myself humming while making sandwiches. No gloves, no second-guessing. Progress. Through the window, I watched Harry teach her daughter to chase bubbles, Nate giggling as they popped. The poison's gone. The love remains.